So hello, good evening. So today we want to deal with the multiplication and division of numbers. If you look at these numbers, we have 2 times 2 multiplying each other. So what this implies is 2 in how many places? In 2 places. So and that is going to be 4. Alright? Then also 2 divided by 2 is the same thing as saying 2 all over 2. And that means this 2 is going to cut this and this 2 is going to cut this. That is, a 2 is a common number between the numerator and the denominator. So that 2 will now cut this one to get 1. The 2 will cut this to get 1. Now if we have something like this, 2 times 3 divided by 4. If you have something like this, these numbers, this is a multiplication, so this is division, this is multiplication. Now this division can be converted to multiplication by inverting the number on its right hand side. So this number, which is 4, can be converted to 1 all over 4, while this one changes to multiplication. So that is how we do this. So this is going to be 2 times 3 now times 1 all over 4. So that is how we convert division to multiplication.
But there's 3 times.
So here now, we can now, everything here is at the numerator. This 2, this 3, and this 1. They are all multiplying, and this 4 is at the denominator. And one thing about numerator and denominator is that they can cut each other. The numerator can cut the denominator. So at this point, this 2 can cut 2 here, then 2 can also cut 4 here. So remaining 2 here. So at this point, this is going to be 3 times 1. That is 1 times 3 times 1, which is going to be 3. Plus 4 times 3 divided by 2 times let's say 6. Now what do we do here? So at this point, these numbers, we can easily convert the division to multiplication. So it's going to be minus 4 times 3 all over 2, right? So times 6. So that's also another way to go by it. Just go division. So at this point, you can now cut. So 2 can cut 4 here, or it can cut 6. Any even number there, it can cut it. So it will be 2. So what we are going to be left with is going to be minus 2 times 3 times 6. Minus 2 times 3, that is 6. Minus 6, right? Minus 6 times 6, that's minus 36. Okay, so here, looking at this, what's going to be the answer to this? Okay, now looking at this question, we have one whole number, that is plus 1, and this is 4 whole number 2 all over 5, and this is divided by 6 over 7 times 1 whole number 1 over 3. So what we're going to do, the only division we see here is this one, and to convert it to multiplication, what do? We invert this right hand side, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be plus 1 times, but we need to convert these ones back towards improper fraction.
Yeah.
5 times 4, that's 20, plus 2, 22 all over 5.
Yeah, but
Then this is going to be times 7 all over 6.
Yeah.
And this is going to be times 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 4. 4 all over 3. So right now everything is in multiplication form. So we'll now look at those that can cut. So at this point we can see that 3, that is 22 and 6 can cut, or 4 and 6 can cut. So we can use, if we cut 22, half of 22 is 11, right? Use 2 to cut 22. Use the same 2 to cut 3. To cut 6, you're going to get 3, right? Now what else is left?
Isn't there 2 3s in 6?
Yeah, that's 3. Okay, so what is going to be left after multiplication? So this is going to be 11. 11 times times 7, 77.
Yeah.
77 times 4. So that's going to be the final answer. 77 times 4. That's what? 7 multiplied by 4. 7 times 4. That is what? 28. And 7 times 4 is 28 plus 2. That's 30. So the answer is 308 all over 5 times 3, 15.
Yeah.
And 15 times 3 is 45. So put 45 here. So 308 all over 45. So which is going to be the final answer. Okay? So
But the answer will have a minus.
answer will have a minus because there is only one minus there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the answer will have minus. So that's minus.
Yeah.
Now, what are we going to do here? This division that is here, and there is a division here. What do we do to the division?
Division.
So we convert it to what? To multiplication, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be minus 3 times 1 over 2 times 3 times 1 over 3.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Leave this one out first.
But
Okay.
could I
So,
write the question?
oh yeah, go ahead. What are we going to do at this point? Is there anything that can cut?
Anything that can cut?
Hmm.
Um, 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 1 and 2.
So 3 can cut 3, right?
Yeah.
So when 3 cuts 3, that's 1 left, 1 left. So that one is gone.
Yeah.
So what we are now left with at the numerator, nothing else can cut at this point. So 3 times 1 times 1 times 1 is going to be minus 3. Then all over what? 2 times 1, which is 2. So this is going to be our final answer.
Yeah, can the one can cut to something?
One cannot cut anything. One is, it means once we get 1, that's the final destination, because once it is 1, 1 times anything is that thing. So 1 cannot cut anything else. You get it now? So because 1 can, if 1 cuts any number, it's still going to get the number, the same number. So there is no point using it to cut. Okay? So what about minus 1 whole number, 1 all over 2 divided by 3 all over 4 divided by 1 all over whole number 2 all over 3.
Yeah.
We can look at this. We are looking at this problem now. How do we solve it? Now to solve this, the first thing we need to do here is that we need to change the mixed fractions to what? To improper fraction. So 2 times 1, here these 2 will multiply 1, then we add 1 to it. So that will be 3 all over 2 divided by 3 all over 4 divided by, then change this one also from mixed fraction to improper. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, that's 5 all over 3, right? So at this point, we'll now change the division to multiplication. Minus 3 all over 2 times, so when we change the division to multiplication, so this will now become 4 all over 3, and when you change this division to multiplication here, it's going to be 3 all over 5, right? So when we do that, any other one that can cut will cut them, like this 2 here, 1 2 here, 2 3 here, 1 3 here, 1, right?
Yeah.
So we'll now multiply everything other thing out. So this minus 3 will multiply 2, that'll be what? Minus 6, then times 1. It is only 1 that is left here, so the answer is going to be minus 6, right? All over any other thing, 1 times 1 times 5, minus 6 all over 5. Looking at this, we see that this is an improper fraction. We can convert it to a proper 5 in 6. That'll be 1. Then 1, remainder 1, Rabi, all over 5. So this is how we convert to mixed fraction. Are we good to go? Okay. Okay, looking at this question, we want to solve this problem. Now, this is going to be minus 1. First thing we should do is to convert the mixed fraction back to improper fraction. So that's the first thing we are going to do. 2 all over 4 times 3 all over 2. How did we get 3 over 2? So this 2 multiply this whole number 1. That is 2 times 1, 2. Now plus the 1 here. So 2 plus 1, that's going to be 3. That's how we got this. Now divided by 3 all over 5. So at this point, we now want to convert all the division to multiplication. So how do we change the division to multiplication? That's going to be minus 1 times 4 all over 2 times 3 all over 2 times 5 all over 3. So if you look at this very well, what have we done? We have changed this division to multiplication by inverting the fraction on the right hand side by taking the 4 up and bringing the 2 down. And we have done the same thing here. This one we need not change it. We only change the fraction on the right hand side. So this one is changed from 3 all over 5 towards 5 all over 3. And the final answer, whatever thing can cut, we cut. Let's say 2 cuts 2 here, that's 1. 2 cuts 4 here, of course that is 2. The same 2 cuts 1 here, 2 cuts 2 here. 2 cut 2, 2 cut 2, 1, right? So 3 can also cut 3. 3 here 1, 3 here 1. So after cutting everything, whatever is left will now multiply out. Now this minus 1 that is up here is at the numerator, because if a number is written without any number under it as a denominator, that number under it is 1. So this is the same as writing it as minus 1 all over 1, because anything all over 1 is that thing. So this minus 1 is going to multiply all the numbers on the numerator. Minus 1 times 1 times 1 times 5. So it's going to be minus 5. Then that the denominator is going to be 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Everything over 1. And minus 5 over 1 is, of course, is still the same as minus 5. So this is going to be the final answer.